So somebody said, when I give my offerings and my tithe to church or to God, all right, am I not giving to the pastor? So is the pastor not the one, the Nigerian word is eating? Is he not the one eating my tithe? The pastors are eating our tithe. And I smiled. I said, the pastor does not eat or spend tithe. No, that's not what the pastor does. He doesn't eat your tithe, all right? If at all, he spends it on God's behalf. If at all, he spends it, he administers it on God's behalf. By and large, you are giving to God. Pastor, how do you mean I'm giving to God? I give the money to church and pastor is the one spending the money. Well, that's not the case. It's just because you are mistaken. That's not the case. These monies are used to keep the church going. That's basically what it's like. Tax is used to keep the government going. It's used to keep the church going. Administrative bills, buildings, evangelism, all kinds of church activities. Basically, it's used to keep the church going. Now, there are pastors who had secular jobs, who quit those jobs, all right, to sit down to do the work of God full time. Now, for God's sake, if you have to pay these men, you have to give them whatever it is that is commensurate to whatever it is that they would have gotten if they were not if they were not doing church work, if they were doing their secular jobs. Now, it's either of two. It's either you want to keep them doing this job full time, or you want them to go back to whatever they were doing. You have to choose, and it's a choice that certain churches have made. Some certain churches insist that their pastors keep their secular jobs while they pastor the church. Good, if that's what the church wants. But I will tell you categorically that the impact of a serious full-time pastor can never be compared to the impact of a serious part-time pastor. It's so different because by and large it's all about time. So if the church is willing to afford buying the man's time, as it were, to keep him there doing the needful, people are hurting in this world. People need to be visited. People need to be prayed for. He needs to fast. He needs to do the needful. He needs to write. He needs to prepare sermons and all of these things. These things take time. So if he needs to do these things full time to keep the church of God going, it is a good thing. And if the church can afford to do it or to keep him there full time, it's a good thing. There's a fellow who told me the story of his pastor who was working in this what we call wharf in Nigeria. I don't know if that's the universal name, but the ports. And then when the pastor closes from work, he runs down to church for Bible study and all of those things. And then this man gets so tired and he begins to sleep on the altar. He begins to sleep on the altar or on the pulpit. He begins to sleep off because he's tired. Such a pastor cannot deliver what God would ordinarily desire to pass on to his people because he's tired. His physical body is giving way. So we have to be wise. We want to keep as many people as we can doing the work of God. It is a good thing. It's a noble thing. It is a high calling. It is a noble thing. Amen.